How can you forgive somebody that did that to you? Right? Or when did you receive your healing? I tell them things, I tell people, you never arrive to healing. Yes, or even forgiveness. You never just arrive. In other words, if, I can forgive you today, something come up, I got to forgive you again, or the same thing from the past going to come right back. So it's attributes of forgiveness, and so then the same thing, attributes of healing. Healing comes and continues. And I think that we're all, in some form or fashion, being healed more and more and more to do more, for the thing, that we should be fulfilling. And so, like in my case, it's what had happened to me, so forth. But like, the healing may not just necessarily be just, okay, forgiving this guy for what he did, but it's deeper than that. Now is actually allowing some of my thoughts to change about my life, about other people's life, not judging people, understanding, I think that's why I go to the detention center now, or to the jail system. I would never think that I would be in the jail system after somebody did something, but it's part of the process. And, key thing in what you was even talking about, the process of what we got to go through. It's a lifetime. Honestly, it never ends. I've always felt like that. But it's a process. We get to. It's like almost going to school. You go to a certain level, you graduate, but you still go to school. Even though I'm not in college anymore, I'm still being schooled by something. And so I think it's a continual. Yeah.
There's a saying about forgiveness that forgiveness is for the giver. It's really that you no longer want ill will or hurt and danger to come upon the person for what they've done. But that doesn't mean that you've forgotten it.
Right.
That doesn't mean that everything is all hunky-dory. It doesn't mean that you even have to come back into relationship with the person. It just means that you are no longer carrying around that weight of wanting something bad to happen to the person. Because when you think about it, again, forgive. Something you were doing it beforehand, you were giving it away. You're taking that weight off of yourself and letting God manage that weight. And this frees you up to be able, as you said, have a different mindset, to be able to be even reflective and think about, okay, what sharing his story or my story, how can it help somebody else? You start looking at how you are being a vessel for something, how you can help other people. A lot of times people think forgiveness means, well, that means now we're going to go out and we're going to have a drink or whatever. We're going to be friends and this and that and the other. No, it means you no longer are walking around thinking about, I want damnation to come upon this person. No, it's, we moved on and we can continue to grow.
Because I was challenged.
That power over you.
Yeah, I was challenged. Like, for instance, part of my healing was overcoming some of the sayings that people say, like forgive and forget. That concept is kind of irrelevant. How can you forget something in my magnitude, for instance? Because I see myself in the mirror. How can I forget? How can I forget what happened to me? You can't forget. So therefore, because the concept is, you hear it, forgive and forget. In other words, it's supposed to be gone, never remember it again. That ain't going to happen. There's some scenarios maybe. But this one, when it's that heart one, that one that hits you hard, you ain't going to forget that.
Well, even in your case, as you shared, you said you had suppressed it.
Yes.
So, again, why did God give us memories? You have a memory so that you can deal with that issue, learn from it. We don't just go through things just to forget. Forget implies you're suppressing it. You're acting as if it doesn't exist, and then it continues to deal with you in other ways. That comes out in other forms, comes out in your relationships, and all of those. So you deal with it, what happened, you remember it so that you can learn from it, but you don't carry it like a weight that holds you down. That's what forgiveness does. You okay, I've released it, I haven't forgotten it, I'm using it actually to help me and help other people.
So you're saying should be forgive, but don't forget. Really?
Yeah.
You forgive, but you don't forget because you learn from it, so you can excel. Because, I mean, if you forget about it, how do you help somebody else?
Or forgive, but don't hold on to it.
Right.
Don't don't carry it around.
But you don't have to forget about it. Just learn from it. What can I do to help him? Because he's going through a situation. My situation can help him, so I can't forget that.
It's kind of like you take the pain or the negative out of the situation, the sting out of it. You take the sting out of it, and so I can now look at it and not be discouraged. That's the sting. I can look at it and not be disappointed or hate God or hate how my life started or whatever. I don't feel that way because I took the sting out of it. And that's the main thing. A lot of times we don't want to get to that place. But when we get to that place, we have to use it and use it and use it to where it's like, you know what? I remember when I went through this and no one, didn't believe I was going to make it, but I'm here. And now I can use it as a testimony, for strength for the next thing. So.